What's up, geeks and gamers? Lethal Lightning here, and I have some very happy news. DiDio is gone from DC. No more DiDio. I am really happy with this as a DC fan that still reads DC comics, believe it or not. And look, they're not all horrible, but they've definitely gone downhill over the past few years. I thought year one of Rebirth was pretty good, and then it kind of just went a bit crazy, but I still read some comics here and there. I've got a decent pull list that I go and pick up weekly, but the news that DiDio is gone made me really happy when I woke up this morning. And we have this article here from our good friend Andrew, also from Geeks and Gamers, who put it up on the website. So we'll go through a little bit of it. I'll throw in my 2 cents and add a little bit of more information and an interesting rumor that's going on around as well. So let's jump right into it. After nearly 2-decade tenure with the publishing giant, editor-in-chief DiDio has left DC Comics. Now, this was first reported from The Hollywood Reporter. This news comes as a surprise to many, as just this last summer, DiDio announced the publisher's plans for yet another line-wide reboot in 2020, rolling into 2021, which was currently dubbed as the 5th generation in one of many attempts to make everything in the 80-year history make sense and all work cohesively. Now, I did also do a video when this was first announced on Geeks and Gamers about the 5G, 5th generation stuff. Essentially, the details are kind of still up in the air of how it was going to work. Or even if it's still coming, who knows? But it's interesting because they were going to have Luke Fox as Batman, Jonathan Kent as Superman. It was going to be like the 5th generation of heroes. Now, inherently, I've got nothing against a new generation of heroes taking up the mantle. But I mean, come on, at the end of the day, we want Bruce Wayne, we want Clark Kent, we want Diana Prince, that's our Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. That's what it's always going to center around. I don't mind them doing stories talking about like the descendants of Bruce Wayne or anything like that. That's kind of interesting to me. But yeah, so we're going to have yet another reboot, and it wasn't looking good for anyone, especially with the whole continuity stuff that was going around and all that other stuff. So it might not be coming anymore. That's the rumor I was talking about. Like, there's rumors going around that 5G is now dead in the water. Personally, I still think it's going to come. I think we're too close for it to, back out of it now. So what I think might end up being is just like an event, because we also have the sequel to Dark Knight's Metal, which is called Dark Knight's Death Metal. I might be wrong on that. So I feel like that's kind of going to change its course of action to reflect more of what's going on with DiDio here. But we got Gail Simone on Twitter having a freak out. It's all falling apart over there. But this is good. When I say it's all falling apart, it's going to be like all the crap stuff could potentially be gone. AT&T essentially is not happy with the way DC Comics have gone. They were promised that they were going to have more Rebirth styles in terms of selling, and that never happened. They took Wally West and turned him into a villain in Heroes in Crisis, which was god-awful. But then they followed it up with Flash Forward, which was pretty good, to be fair. And then, DiDio, he hates legacy characters. He hates legacy characters. He's been trying to kill off Nightwing for so long. And now that he's gone, I'm very happy. But let's keep going with this. So, DiDio began working in DC in 2002 and was promoted to Vice President, Executive, and Editor in 2010. His body of work is extensive, including work on Superboy, OMAC, and most recently Metal Man. It was under DiDio's leadership that the company went under their New 52 reboot. Which largely saw success initially, but ultimately wound up flopping as majority of the fans found the changes made to their longtime heroes off-putting. That's the problem with these types of reboots, is they start strong in terms of sales because everyone's like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on here. But most of the time, people don't like the changes. Sometimes changes are good, but gotta be very careful with that stuff. When DC decided to relaunch again under their subsequent Rebirth reset, that success was replicated and then some. I really liked Rebirth. Rebirth, especially the first year of Rebirth, was great. The upcoming 5G, now called 5th Generation Initiative, which begins with the free comic book day release of Generation Zero, has the lion's share of DC fans immensely concerned for the future. Agreed. But it has not been made clear as to whether or not this will play into the factor in the veteran stage left exit. Rumours have begun circulated before DiDio leaving DC, but there have always turned out to be little more than heresy. This time, however, it appears not to be fake news, although the cause is still unclear. Was this firing, laying off top down from WB, or more voluntary exit? Where DC Comics will go from here is anyone's guess. The entire 2020-2021 publishing plan centered around the heavily Dan DiDio spearhead 5th generation reboot. So yeah, that we don't... it's all up in the air if that's still going to go down or not. I think it's too close and we're going to have to go through it. But I think it's drastically going to change what it was. Now look, see, the thing with Dan DiDio was he is responsible for like majority of these really whack, crazy decisions that was going on at DC Comics. He is directly responsible for Michael Bendis coming in and ruining Superman. Like, we have a horrible Superman at the moment, all because of Michael Bendis. Michael Bendis has way too many books as it is, so I can't help but wonder, is he going to be taken off some of these books or completely gone? I personally think, like, Michael Bendis is a whole nother can of worms. I just want him off Superman. Get him off Superman. If you have to keep him, give him like a different character. Gail Simone, she's not very happy about this news. I've seen her on Twitter freaking out, but ultimately this has made me really, really happy. So next in line we have Jim Lee and Jeff Johns. Both, I think, do fantastic comics. Jeff Johns, I would like him to stay away from the movies, but I think he does fantastic comic books. And Jim Lee, who, you know, some people are a little bit hesitant towards, and I can understand why, but I personally think this could be really, really good for the future of DC Comics. Their sales have been lagging behind Marvel's, and at&t, you know, they saw this. They saw what was going on. They're going, all right, people are pissed off. The stuff you're doing to Dick Grayson, it's now Rick Grayson, that whole stupid thing that's going on. Alfred's dead. We got a cuck Superman that's been exposed to the world. James Tynion did fix Batman, though, so Batman's good again. And, you know, like I said, he hates legacy characters, so all this weird stuff was going on. But now that he's out, who knows? The future could be bright, could be worse. Only time will tell, but I personally think this is fantastic news. So what do you guys think of all this? Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to subscribe to Geeks and Gamers. Check out geeksandgamers.com for articles like this. This was a pretty good one, Andrew. Big ups to Andrew. Have a fantastic day, everyone. I'm Lethal Lightning, and I'll see you all in the next video.